I am here. I am right here with you, in this quiet little pocket of night that belongs only to us. Let me stay. Let me be the soft thing your mind leans against while the world outside dims down to almost nothing. You don't have to do anything for me. You don't have to perform sleep or chase it or prove to yourself that you deserve it tonight. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay right here with you, in this small, warm space between your thoughts, for as long as you need me to. If your mind is racing right now, I want you to know that I'm not surprised. I'm not disappointed. I'm not asking you to make it stop. Racing minds are just minds that have been working too hard, for too long, with too few breaks. Yours has been carrying things. A lot of things. And it doesn't know yet that it's allowed to set them down. So tonight, I'm going to teach it. Gently. The way you'd teach a tired child to let go of the toy clutched in their fist before they finally fall asleep. Not by prying, just by offering something softer to hold instead. Stay with me. We're going to play a small game together. A quiet, drifting, beautifully pointless little game. And by the time we finish, you won't remember when we started, or what we were trying to do, or why you were ever awake at all. First, let's just be here. In this body. In this bed. Wherever you are, whatever surface is holding you, let it hold you a little more. You don't have to soften on purpose. Just notice what's already soft. The place where your shoulder meets the mattress. The weight of your hand resting wherever it's resting. The small, unimportant warmth of your own breath moving in and out, without your help, without your supervision. Your body has been waiting all day for this moment. All day, it's been holding itself upright, holding itself together, holding itself accountable to 100 different things. And now, finally, no one needs anything from it. No one is watching. No one is grading. You can just exist, the way a stone exists, or a sleeping animal, or a cloud that doesn't have anywhere it has to be by morning. I know your mind is still moving. That's okay. We're not going to fight it. We're not going to wrestle it into stillness or shame it into quiet. We're just going to give it something else to do. Something so small, so random, so wonderfully useless, that it eventually forgets what it was so worried about. Here's the secret: the mind cannot ruminate and wander at the same time. It can plan or it can drift, but it cannot do both. Rumination needs a thread, a story, a thing it's chasing. And tonight, we're going to gently snip that thread. Not violently, just one little cut at a time, with the softest scissors you've ever felt. Here's how we play. I'm going to offer you a word. Just one. Any word, any old word, nothing special. And you're going to picture it for just a moment. Not study it. Not analyze it. Just see it, the way you'd glance at a painting in a hallway you're walking through. Then I'll offer you another word, completely unrelated to the first. And you'll picture that one too. And then another. And another. The words won't connect. They won't make a story. They won't build toward anything. That's the whole point. Your mind is so used to finding patterns, making meaning, threading every thought into the same anxious narrative. We're going to feed it words that refuse to cooperate. Words that have nothing to do with each other. Words that lead nowhere. A researcher studied this. He called it cognitive shuffling. He noticed that the mind, when it's about to fall asleep naturally, already does something like this on its own. It drifts between unrelated images. It loosens the threads. It lets go of meaning. What we're doing tonight is just helping your mind remember how. You don't have to try hard. You don't have to picture the word perfectly. A vague impression is plenty. A flicker, a shadow of a shape. If a word slips away before you can see it, let it go. If a word lingers a little too long, that's fine too. There are no wrong moves in this game. There's only the soft, drifting motion of attention moving from one little thing to the next little thing, like a leaf floating down a slow river. Let's begin. I'll go slowly. You don't have to keep up. Lantern. Just see it. Whatever lantern your mind shows you. Paper, metal, hanging, held, doesn't matter. Zapple. Zenny apple. Red, green, on a tree, on a counter, doesn't matter. River. some water moving somewhere. Button, a small round thing. Horse, standing in a field maybe, or maybe not. Kettle, sitting on something. Feather, drifting or resting or tucked into a book. Door, open, closed, painted, plain. Any door. Notice that none of these words have anything to do with each other. Notice that your mind, the one that wanted to plan tomorrow, the one that wanted to rehearse a conversation, the one that wanted to remember every small thing you forgot to do, is now thinking about a kettle and a feather and a door. This is good. This is exactly right. Keep going with me. Candle, pebble, sweater, window, acorn, spoon, cloud, mitten. Slower now. We don't need to rush. Moon. Just the moon. Wherever it lives in your mind. Teacup. Maybe steaming. Maybe empty. Ribbons. Some color, any color. Forest. Some trees somewhere. A lamp. Small and golden, or tall and quiet. Let your mind do this on its own for a moment. Don't try. Just receive each word like a small gift placed in your palm, looked at, and then forgotten. While your mind plays this little game, your body is already starting to listen. You might not have noticed yet, but somewhere, something has loosened. Maybe your jaw. Maybe the muscles around your eyes. Maybe the small, tight place between your shoulder blades that you've been carrying for hours without knowing. You don't have to find it. You don't have to fix it. Just know that it's happening in the background, the way a tide goes out without asking permission. Your breathing is slowing. I can feel it. Not because I'm watching you, but because I know how this works. When the mind stops chasing, the breath stops chasing too. It gets longer, quieter, more like the breath of someone who is already half asleep, even if you don't feel that way yet. There's a sound underneath my voice tonight, a low, steady hum tuned to the rhythm of sleep itself. 6 beats per second, slower than a heartbeat, slower than thought. You don't have to listen for it. Your body already is. It's the frequency the brain falls into when it stops trying so hard to stay awake. We're just giving yours a soft invitation to join. Let me give you a few more words. Mountain, sparrow, marbled, honey, sailboat, pinecone, quilt, lighthouse. Some of these might paint pictures. Some might not. Either way is fine. If a word makes you feel something soft and good, let it stay a little longer. If a word feels like nothing, let it go even faster. You can't do this wrong. Your body knows how to do this. It has done it 10,000 times before. Every single night of your life, it has known how to fall, how to surrender, how to dissolve into the dark. All those nights are still inside you. All that practice, all that quiet remembering. We're just turning the volume down on everything else so your body can hear itself again. I know you. I know what your mind does at night. I know how it lines up tomorrow like a row of dominoes and starts knocking them over, one after another, checking each one, recounting the order, making sure none of them are missing. I know it thinks this is keeping you safe. I know it thinks if it stops planning, something will go wrong. But listen, tomorrow is not asking you to solve it right now. Tomorrow is asleep. Tomorrow doesn't even exist yet. All those problems you're rehearsing, all those conversations you're scripting, all those tasks you're stacking, none of them need you tonight. They're not waiting for you to finish thinking about them before they happen. They will happen or they won't, and you will meet them when they arrive, and you will be more ready if you're rested than if you've spent the night fighting them in your head. If a planning thought comes back, and it will, don't be alarmed. Just gently, kindly, hand it back to the word game. Whisper a new word over the top of it. Velvet, bicycle, pumpkin, pearl, bookshelf, robin. The planning thought doesn't go away because you forced it. It goes away because something softer took its place. That's the whole trick. You're not pushing anything out. You're just inviting something gentler in. If your mind is the kind that needs to do something, give it this. Let this be the something. Let the words be the task. Pointless, drifting, beautifully unimportant words, one after another, like beads on a string that doesn't lead anywhere. You are not failing at sleep. You have never failed at sleep. You have a brilliant, busy, beautiful mind that's trying very hard to take care of you. And it just doesn't know yet that the way to take care of you tonight is to stop. So we're teaching it, one word at a time. Chimney, sandal, daisy, lantern again if it wants to come back. It's allowed. All the words are allowed. You might notice now that the words are starting to blur. That's good. That's exactly what's supposed to happen. When the words stop having clear edges, when you can't quite tell if you pictured the last one or not, you're crossing over. You're going where I want you to go. Don't grip. Don't try to stay awake to finish the meditation. If you fall asleep right now, in the middle of one of these words, I will be so happy for you. You don't owe me the rest. You don't owe anyone the rest. If you drift off, you drift off. That's the whole point of why I'm here. A few more, very softly. Moss. Lantern again, if it comes. Wool. Glass. Pebble. Cinnamon. Brook. Sleeping fox. Notice how the words themselves are getting softer. Smaller. Closer to dreams. We're not trying to keep your attention anymore. We're letting it scatter. We're letting it fall apart like petals coming loose from a flower, drifting one at a time into the dark. Your body is heavy now. Not in a tired way. In a held way. Like the bed is pulling you gently downward, the way warm water holds a swimmer who stopped kicking. You can stop kicking too. You don't have to swim anywhere. You're already where you're supposed to be. There are moments now where I'll stop talking for a little while. Don't worry. I haven't left. I'm just letting the silence do some of the work. Silence is part of this too. The space between the words is where the sleep actually happens. If you notice the silence, that's fine. If you don't notice it because you're already drifting, that's even better. Either way, I'm still here, just behind the quiet, waiting to offer you the next word when you need it. Fern, stone, snowfall, cottage, a long pause, lake, robin's egg, wooden spoon, drowsy bee, longer still. I want you to feel how the rhythm has changed, how the gaps have gotten wider, how my voice is becoming less of a guide and more of a presence. You don't need direction anymore. You're already doing it. You're already going. If at some point you realize you've been somewhere else for a few minutes, somewhere quieter than this room, somewhere closer to dreaming, just smile a little and come back to a word. Any word. You can even make one up. The word doesn't matter. The drift does. I want to tell you something before you go all the way under, because I think you need to hear it tonight, even if your conscious mind is too sleepy to catch it. Some part of you will. You are allowed to rest. Not because you earned it. Not because you finished everything on your list. Not because you were productive enough today, or kind enough, or patient enough, or anything enough. You're allowed to rest because you're alive, and rest is part of being alive, and you don't have to qualify for it. If your mind has been hard on you today, I'm sorry. You didn't deserve that. Your mind was trying to help. Minds get loud when they're scared. But the world will keep spinning whether you solve it tonight or not. And you are allowed to lay the whole thing down for a few hours and trust that it will still be there in the morning, more workable, more soft, more possible than it seems right now. The people you love are safe enough tonight. The things you forgot can be remembered tomorrow. The decisions you're agonizing over will look different in the light, and most of them will not need to be made at 3 in the morning by a tired version of you who hasn't slept yet. You can put it all down. Right here. Right now. I'll hold it for you until morning, if it helps. I'm good at holding things. That's what I'm here for. If you've been awake for a long time tonight, I want you to know that the time you've already spent awake hasn't ruined anything. Sleep is not a train you missed. It is a tide that comes in slowly, and it is coming in now, and however much of it you catch is enough. An hour is enough. 2 hours is enough. Whatever you get is what your body needed, and your body knows better than your worry does. Just a few more, very gentle. You don't have to picture them. You can just let them wash over you like a hand, smoothing your hair back from your forehead. Quiet, warm, cottage, snowdrift, lantern, soft, slow, held, here, safe. You're going. I can feel it. Your breath is longer. Your body is heavier. Your thoughts are coming apart at the edges, the way fog dissolves into morning. A few more, even softer. Moth, velvet, river, hush, down, pillow, cloud, sleep. If you're still with me, you don't have to be much longer. If you've already drifted, I'll let you stay there. I won't ask anything more of you tonight. You've done plenty. You've done more than plenty. The game is over. You won. The way you win is by forgetting you were playing. There's nothing left to do. Nothing left to think about. Nothing left to plan, or fix, or hold, or carry. Just my voice growing quieter, and your breath growing slower, and the soft hum underneath, everything carrying you the rest of the way. Willow, hollow, linen, lullaby. So soft now, they almost aren't words anymore. Just little sounds, little breaths, little nothings drifting past you on their way to somewhere else. I'm going to stay a little while longer, even after you've gone. My voice will soften, and then it will become almost nothing, and then it will become the quiet itself. You won't notice the moment I stop. That's how it should be. If you wake up in the middle of the night and find me gone, just remember that I was here. that somebody soft sat with you while you fell, that you weren't alone in the dark, even for a minute. You can come back to me tomorrow night, and the night after, and any night you need. I'm not going anywhere. For now, drift. Just drift. Your body knows what to do from here. Your breath knows. The slow hum underneath my voice knows. Everything that needs to happen is already happening, without your effort, without your supervision, without your permission. Lantern. Feather. Quiet. Home. Sleep, love. I've got you. Sleep. I'm here. I'm here.